Another day on the rail network, another day of congestion and delay across the north of England. By this evening, almost 300 services had been cancelled by operator Northern.
My name is Tran. I am a filmmaker who relies on using public transport. For the past 12 months I have experienced constant delays and turmoil using Northern Rail. I decided to begin documenting my journeys and find out the reasons why there is so much turmoil within the service. You know the lunchtime train at 12 o'clock, the Northern Rail one, is that delayed every day or cancelled? Or?
No, just the way it is.
Just the way it is. Will it be like that tomorrow, like every day?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh yeah.
These delays, been delays all the way through since May.
Since May? Oh yeah. So would that be cancelled, this one now, or?
No guarantee whether they're running or not. It shouldn't be cancelled now.
Okay.
It's only a couple of minutes late.
Alright, thank you. Tuesday evening now. I'm just travelling back from Liverpool, about to use Northern Rail. Let's see what it's got in store, see if there's any on time, not like this morning. It was 10 minutes late. Oh, here we go. Oh, don't know if you can see the screen there or what you expect. Another delay. The train finally come, what, 23 minutes later. Now, that's due to it not having a train assistance on the trains again, Northern is saying. But what about the people who've just finished work who are at Edge Hill? This train's going to go past them and leave them stranded for another hour waiting for the next day's train. Or because this train's 20 minutes late, down to Northern Rail again. I've just seen an update then of the 307 that I said was going to be delayed. It's now going to be at 28 minutes past. So that's what, 21 minutes late. I'm on the Northern train in Wigan. This train was due to depart at 16:18. It is now nearly 5 to 5, so 16:55. That's nearly 40 minutes late and this train hasn't left Wigan yet to go to Liverpool. They've said that they're waiting for a conductor to board the train to drive. Now, because this train's so late and it's going to be like 40 minutes late of leaving, I'm guessing, this is just guessing, but I've been in this situation before, that this train's probably going to miss stops now and either go directly to Liverpool or miss stops out. And if that's the case, I won't be able to use this train because I'm not going directly to Liverpool. I've just been given an update on this journey. This train's now going directly to Liverpool and not stopping at the 11 stops before Liverpool from Wigan. So I'm going to have to leave this train now and wait for the next one that is due in half an hour. So I've practically been sitting here for nearly 45 minutes for absolutely nothing.
Excuse me, why is it stopping?
Because it's so late. It's so late, so what happens if it gets to Lime Street? Well, because we're so late, there'll be another one coming along shortly.
It is not just me that has been affected by Northern's poor service. Thousands of commuters get caught up daily and use social media to vent their anger. The hashtag Northern Fail is a common topic on social media daily. When you just look down the timeline, there's just so much, even people posting videos of their disruptions and cancellations. Like obviously this is a train that's been cancelled, or it's been late. It's a passenger saying that he can't get on the train because the last one was cancelled, so obviously this train's been overcrowded because of the disruptions and he's struggling to get to work in the morning. Like I've just looked for the hashtag Northern Fail and there's just so many like overcrowded trains, the people waiting at that station, obviously they haven't been able to get on one of the trains. That someone's saying this is a total fiasco, just look at the customers you've left behind at Bolton. Northern employees themselves are not happy how they are being treated. I secretly filmed a conversation with a member of staff regarding the issue.
It's going to get worse because the new trains are due in the 1st of December and I don't know if the drivers are going to drive them because they've got no conductors on them. The conductors are getting shut off within the next couple of weeks. Then they're going to use the station staff because my relief is actually a machine over there. And it's going to get even more worse at the end of December.
Because I thought only strike day on the Saturday was strike day, but it's every day I go to work at 12. Isn't it the 12:07? The 12:07 is always cancelled or delayed.
There's the trains on Saturday. There's 4 trains each way. They're going to have someone here from 5:30 all the way through to midnight. 2 people are going to be sat in there.
For 4 trains?
With no trains.
So what's your job for the day then, to tell everyone it's cancelled?
Yeah.
And get shouted at and abused.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand
you think you're up
yeah.
the trains, and we're even more with them. And that's why we won't help anyone. £60,000 they've actually levied with people getting money because of problems with trains there. That's just this station, 60 grand. So they lost 60 grand on this station alone.
I began to research into the reasons why there are cancellations and strikes. I found out there was an ongoing dispute within Northern between the RMT union and Northern Rail themselves. Northern plan to remove the guards off their new trains, which will mean cuts occurring and current Northern employees possibly losing their jobs. The RMT union have been striking regularly. I decided to attend their meetings to find out the reasons why they are striking.
We would like to apologise for any inconvenience caused by the action by the RMT will cause. Don't apologise for me for standing up for my grade, my job and my public. And they know what we're doing. We're trying to save people's jobs. We're trying to save your safety. As I said at the beginning, nothing to do with profit on our behalf, all to do with profit on their behalf. But will that money be ploughed back into the railway? No, it goes to the shareholders, it goes to the German government, and that's nothing to do with where it goes. It should be ploughed back into the railway. That's what Northern Rail have done. Right from day one, all they've done is blamed the government, the DFT, Rail North, everybody bar themselves.
Last night I attended the Union RMT meeting that was open to the public in Liverpool at the Adelphi Hotel. In the meeting they spoke a lot about public safety, nationalising the rail, political sides and political reasons of the dispute with the RMT union and Northern Rail. But it's affecting our lives as the passenger. It's affecting us every day, where all of us could end up unemployed, because that is one of the main reasons as well. Away from passenger safety and nationalising rail, no one wants to lose their jobs. So obviously the RMT union are fighting to save their jobs. When there's no service in Northern Rail, our jobs are in jeopardy as well, because we cannot get to our employer. The union strikes have affected many people, especially the elderly and disabled. With public safety being brought up regularly, I spoke to members of the public who use Northern and require assistance when using the service.
Well, they've been a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. How people get into schools and going to work and managed, I don't know. So it just makes it awkward for me to get into town, especially with me walking aids. You know, if there's no guard there, I can't get on. But then the companies should be looking more for the people getting on and off the trains rather than money, because that's what it's about.
You can't get a train. When you do get a train, it's either late. One's cancelled, the next one after that will be delayed. The trains have been that overcrowded, you're actually concerned for your safety. Now, they've said that the reason that they were striking was for passenger safety. I feel like they've put me more at risk in the past 10 months.
They're either late, cancelled, delayed. It's every single day this happens.
And you're saying it obviously affects people's lives. Like, has this made any change into your life, into your routine, into your daily routine?
Well, if I can't get to work, it impacts on me, and it impacts where I work as well. I won't be able to provide the service I need to if I'm late, and it's happening so frequently that it's becoming a problem.
So my train just did not turn up. It was cancelled again, and now I've had to phone a taxi and pay for a taxi now to go to Liverpool. Now I already bought my ticket for Northern Rail today, which I wasn't able to use because the train was cancelled. This taxi is probably going to cost me, I'm estimating, about £25–30.
This train at the moment has no driver, hence the delay to our departure. I do apologise, but we're waiting for a driver to arrive for this train.
The train can't go because there's no driver on the train, and they're waiting for a driver to turn up on the train. Now, I've been on the train since it left Piccadilly at 22 minutes past, and now there's no driver. Shambles with Northern Rail. This is a Sunday as well, this isn't even a union strike day. So it's the 30th of January now, 2019. I come here at 12:20 today to get a Northern Rail train. The 37 minutes past one has just been cancelled, so I've got to wait now for another half an hour. Well, saying that one's late as well. It's not even Saturday, today when the union strike.
Sundays are just the same. They're cancelled constantly. Today's February the 6th. There's been breaking news this afternoon that with the situation with Northern Rail and the union RMT, that have come to some agreement that the RMT are going to suspend the strike actions. Coming from the RMT today, they put out a statement. Firstly, I want to pay tribute to the RMT members on Northern Rail, whose resilience and determination through 2 years and 47 days of action has been the foundation of which today's major breakthrough has been based. That's 2 years and 47 days of strike. That's a lot of days of a public service not running completely, that the public have been affected by. And Northern Rail have put out a statement as well. The Managing Director, David Brown, he added in this statement, "We warmly welcome the RMT's decision to suspend its strike action. We have been very clear in the discussions that there will be conductors on all our trains now and in the future. We are looking forward to further positive talks with RMT and the operational models moving ahead so that we can just resolve the dispute and bring it to an end. The suspension of RMT strike is good news for the customers, businesses across North. For me as a passenger, it feels a relief to hear this news because it feels like there can be some consistency now." Once the dispute was resolved between Northern and the RMT union, strikes were suspended, but delays and cancellations still continued. This is Friday the 8th of February. I went to get my train that was due at 7 minutes past 9. It finally come at 44 minutes past 9, so that was 37 minutes late.
Patience and apologise for the late running of this service. This was due to a traction motor giving up the go start at Rainhill Station. We are now approaching Liverpool High Street for this service will terminate. Once again, apologies for the delay to this service. Thank you.
Look, nearly 10 past 10. This was due to arrive in Liverpool at 20 minutes past 9. It was nearly 45 minutes ago now. And it's just a daily routine thing with Northern Rail all the time. So now we're in February in 2019. Well, the middle of February, today's Valentine's Day. And the union came to an agreement with Northern Rail nearly 7 days ago now. Well, 8 days actually, because it was last Wednesday. And they suspended strikes that was supposedly putting the network back to normal. Now, since in them 7 days, I've already documented I was stuck on a train for 40 minutes that was 40 minutes late on Friday night, a Northern Rail train that I'm travelling on now, coming to Liverpool. On Monday, 3 days ago, I was stuck on a 40-minute train again that was delayed 34 minutes. It came in late. That was due to, on Friday they said it was due to technical failures, and on Monday it said it was due to waiting for a member of staff to come back from his break. That's what the conductor told me anyway.
There'll have been something that's happened further, like somewhere else, that's delayed the driver. Because we've got to take breaks, it's like truck drivers. If the train comes in late, you still have to take a break. That's what it's happening.
You have to be sure to do it before, you know where it says it's going to go and then it's cancelled.
Yeah, but I've had it myself. No worries, mate.
Now, all these delays, and I've been scrolling on social media, there's people still saying every single day, the trains are still late, they're still not on time. Now, all this, effectively, when we first looked at this documentary and researched into this topic, it was about the guards wanting to make the trains safe and the union are striking because Northern Rail want to make the cuts and take the guards off the train. Now, away from all their politics and they're blaming the union and Northern Rail, and the union are blaming Northern Rail, this is why the trains are late and there's strikes. There is no strikes now, and the strikes were only on the Saturday. Every single day the trains are late, cancelled or delayed with Northern Rail. So someone's got to answer because it's the public getting affected. The public get affected all the time. I don't know if you can see the queues and queues of people. There's been constant delays. They say it's a signal failure. This is going to be the only train leaving very soon. Did you hear that? Did you hear what that report just said? It's delayed because it's waiting for a train member. If you look down the aisle, I've just spoke to 2 Northern Rail people down at the bottom there. They're standing right there. Look at the queues of people. There is queues and queues of people to try and get on this train. Not everyone's going to fit on this train. This is a 4-carriage train. People are going to be standing up. So would this be safe for, again, disabled people, pregnant people, Is this safe for any kind of people who are going to be standing on this train now? It's cancellations and delays. Why? Because of a report just then, as you just heard. Because, what was it? That they're waiting for a guard to come to the train. So all these people that are finishing, that just finished work, are waiting to get on this train that is going to be full now. And there's cancellations because we're waiting for a train guard. What is it with this service? You've got to start to realise of...
The 1790 Northern service to Manchester Oxford Road is delayed.
There's another delay. This is rush hour, people finishing work. This is constant now. This is the 19th of March. It's nearly over a month. The strike finished. We're waiting for a train driver. Here's Northern Rail people now. And what would you say? It's just a signal failure. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I think we've all had enough. All the public, everyone had enough. And this is just day-to-day routine. I've waited for emails for replies from Northern Rail for nearly 12 weeks now. No replies. I am going to be calling them the end of this week. I'm going to be calling them because there's questions that need to be answered. There's a load of answers to why this service is just no good.
Hello, I wonder if you could help me, Ryan. I was at my local train station today and I've seen a poster that's been put up regarding new timetables that are coming in. Is this new timetable poster that I've seen today, is that resolving that issue?
Well, the new timetable's not been released yet, so I can't predict the future. The majority of the cancellations on a Sunday is due to engineering works on the line, so we can't anticipate that. The cancellations in the week are down to reasons such as points failure, line blockages, broken down trains, things like that. Every cancellation, every delay is different.
Within the past year, the issue with Northern Rail has been brought up in Parliament many times. I met Riverside MP Dame Louise Ellman, who was a member of the Transport Committee in Parliament.
Public transport is absolutely critical. We have a relatively low level of car ownership here in Liverpool. And transport is essential, whether it's children getting to school, people being able to get out to shops, to the doctors, to go out for leisure. It's just basic to normal living. Well, there have been a lot of very big issues about rail in Liverpool in the last year, and there's been an absolutely terrible service by Northern Rail, and people just haven't been able to get to work a lot of the time. Now, I've brought that up in Parliament. I've also met the Chief Executive of Northern Rail, and the company blame Network Rail, who are responsible for the tracks, saying it's all their fault. Well, people don't want to know whose fault it is, they just want it put right. So that certainly has been a very big problem. A lot of the problems have been the company's direct fault, and it's been to do with new timetables, which just didn't work and no trains were running. Then they reduced the trains that were meant to run and claimed that was improving the situation, and said they'd have fewer trains but they'd be on time. That's no good for people trying to get to work and get back, but people shouldn't have to suffer in the meantime.
It's Monday the 8th of April today, and I'm going to be calling Northern Rail up this afternoon for them to discuss with me, hopefully anyway, that they'll discuss with me about how they're going to amend the services and the improvements they're going to be putting in to try and fix the whole chaos with their service that has been the past 12 months. Hello, I wonder if you'd help me please. I've seen in my local train station today, I use Northern regularly, and I've seen a poster put up about a new timetable coming in. I've witnessed it in like nearly the last 12 months now, where you look on the timetable, you look online and you get to the station and the train's been cancelled or it's been delayed by like 20, 30 minutes. What's going to happen with this new timetable? Is that going to put a stop to it now?
Yeah, it should do. We had issues with train and drivers last year on the network, so that's why we had that issue, but this year we shouldn't have that problem. You'll still get cancellations and delays regardless, because there's some things that are out of our control, so we won't be able to help you, like points failure, so there's nothing we can do about that. That's something that's to do with the infrastructure of the rail network.
I've been seeing at the stations and been speaking to Northern workers that have said it's because there's been no drivers, lack of crew members, the timetable failure, not enough staff, and drivers having breaks. That's been no signal failure or nothing.
That was issued last year when we had all them problems.
No.
I'm not saying it's not an issue now, but we do still get it, but not as much. Whatever happened last year, it wasn't all fully our fault. That there was engineering works and parts of the line that Network Rail didn't finish, so we couldn't train the necessary people in time. That was something that wasn't really our fault. We were only able to pick up what we can with what we were working with. So hopefully the changes will make it better, but I can't obviously say it's too soon.
I don't really have faith in what he's just said on the phone and the new timetable coming out on the 19th of April that is supposed to amend it, because we've seen it so many times in the last 6 months. After I finish making this documentary, I am going to be sending it to Northern Rail themselves to hopefully look and see the disruption it causes just one person who uses their service. Think of the thousands of others across the north of England. I'm just one person who's affected. It's affected me highly, especially with employment and being on time and having a routine schedule and being consistent to that routine schedule, because I'm relying on a service that is just so unreliable. Coming into the summer of 2019, not much has changed with the service in Northern Rail. There are still delays, cancellations and overcrowded trains. Will things change? Who knows?
Catch you